So the other day, a friend of mine is telling me a story about how she felt an uneven, an imbalanced relationship, right? She felt like she was consistently doing for another person, and this other person was only really there for the taking, right? And what she was saying is, we're in business, and she was saying that her friend is in her own business and is consistently requesting for assistance. It could be as simple as showing up to a meeting or sharing, a post or, just whatever, supporting in any way. But my friend, nothing but crickets, right? So it was very interesting because she was telling me that she was invited to go to some sort of thing, right? Some sort of event. And she said for the first time, she didn't extend the courtesy of making something up. I can't go because, right? And I found that really interesting because she said she just kind of blew it off completely. And I found it interesting because it was important to her to extend the courtesy. But at the end of the day, the friend who's got the event doesn't care about the courtesy because she's already proven to only care about getting her needs met, to care about nothing else. So if you're not showing up to her event, it doesn't matter how you turn her down, doesn't matter how you blow her off, because her needs are the only thing that matter in that situation. So it got me looking at the importance of extending the courtesy. Why are we extending the courtesy? Now, I'm not saying walk around guns a-blazing. That's not what I'm suggesting. But the purpose of extending that courtesy is because, if I'm extending the courtesy, is because I feel that my values say that it's the polite thing to do. That I'm a good person if I, let you down easy. I am showing kindness, all of those things. My extending the courtesy has nothing to do with the other party. My extending the courtesy has to do with how I need to feel about myself. So then it lends the question, what am I trying to prove? Am I trying to prove that I'm still a nice person, or that I'm generous, or that I'm kind, or that I care about you? Well, I kind of don't, because I would have gone otherwise. So if I really dissect the relationship, it comes down to this. I have given, and again, I'm speaking about it as if it's me. It's just easier that way than just doing the he, she, it's all over the place, throw the pronouns around. I have given to you. I have shown support of you. I've been a friend to you. And in turn, you have not done that. So what happens is our relationship has now disintegrated. So now when you ask me to do something, I don't want to. But there's something within me that still feels that I have to prove something. Fill in the blank. I don't have to prove anything. I gave everything that I gave. I was the friend that I feel good about being. I stand by that. You didn't hold up your end of the bargain. The relationship is disintegrated. I really don't owe you anything. And I don't have to prove the person that I am because I know what I've put into this thing. So I'm giving one scenario, but we do this all the time. We do this all the time. We're constantly trying to prove that we are kind and we are generous and we are decent and we are good people. Or, even better yet, trying to disprove that we're not. Because somewhere along the line, somebody wasn't getting their way, somebody who was in our formative years told us that if we didn't do something, we were bad. But if we did do something, we were good. And we carry this with us. And we spend our lives trying to prove that we're not that bad thing and that we are that good thing. But what it comes down to is, when we believe we are all the things that we deem good, and when we recognize the things that we deem bad, I like to say imbalanced about ourselves, and actively work to bring those things back into balance, then we no longer feel the need to prove we're courteous, to prove we're generous, to prove we're kind, to prove fill in the blank. So if you feel like you are in a relationship or a situation or any circumstance where you're having to prove your worth, it's time to re-examine what's out of balance. Work on bringing it back into balance. And then there's nothing left to prove. You know? Something to think about. Thank you for indulging me, as always. And I've been